Alright, here's a video for the overview of the final limited time series, in this case featuring Ferrari 488 GTE Evo AF Corse for those who went for Ford in race day event. So the cost is identical as the other Ford, whether you won it through the limited time or whether you won it through the race day event or whether you win it through this limited time series for either car. So for this one we'll run through the Ferrari 488 because, and if you saw my previous video about the Ford limited time series, the fact that you're seeing this video means there's something different about this series than the other one. And it has more to do with what's actual race that's available. So here it is, Ferrari 488 GTE Evo AF Corse Championship. Of course, this is actual winner of 2019 Le Mans. So earn a 2018 Ferrari 488 GTE Evo AF Corse by 100% completing this special limited time series. Ferrari's updates to the World Championship winning GTE racer paved the way to the 488's maiden victory at Le Mans in 2019. Indeed. It's a long time coming for Ferrari. Alright, so once again, the reward structure and the cost is going to be the same as the Ford. So 75 gold, it's going to cost 375 gold to upgrade the car to meet the PR requirement. Now PR requirement for Ferrari is just a little bit higher, but that's not an issue because this car has just high enough PR to meet that. So here's a 25% increment breakdown of the rewards, which is same once again as the Ford, and 25% should be doable with racing dollar upgrades alone for this car as well. At least that's my assumption here. We'll confirm very quickly because for Ford limited time series I can confirm that that is the case, even if you don't end up winning the car because of whatever reason, you run out of time or you cannot afford it yet. So but still, yeah, definitely slap on those racing dollar first tier upgrades on, which does take 12 hours, but you should be able to afford racing dollars, right? And then you can pick up 8 gold from this event, so that's not for nothing, right? And you get to test drive this car if nothing else. So final tier 15 for the Ferrari, we got Final Cup at Suzuka Grand Prix. So that alone already tells you it's going to be different. Ford was at Hockenheim, right? So this one we got Suzuka, 3 laps, and the PR requirement, remember this one base PR is slightly higher, right? 0.1 PR point higher. So we're starting a little bit higher, but we also need to end a little higher. So 89.1 is the final PR requirement for Ferrari, but worry not, cost is going to be the same. So if you guys saw my race day event for Ferrari, you know how to get to PR 89.1, right? So same cost. Let's see, 770,500 racing dollars for the first tier racing dollar upgrades. So cost is identical. In fact, they're same for all 3, right? Because it was the same for Aston Martin as well. So as I said, I don't see any reason why that would be any different here. So let's get them all so we can confirm, right? So the cost is identical, as we already know from race day event because I did the race day playthrough for both cars from 2 accounts. So now I'll be doing playthrough of limited time series for both Ferrari and Le Mans. So, you know, won't discriminate whichever car you're going with. And once we get it done, we should get 3.2 PR point boost, and there it is. We started at 79.3 up to 82.5, and just like the Ford, let's check tier 4 PR requirement. Tier 4, please. Thank you very much. And the Formula E Berlin Circuit 2-lapper is gonna be requiring PR requirement of 82.3. That's actually lower than the Ford, and obviously we can meet that with the racing dollar upgrades alone. So once again, 8 gold to be picked up for racing dollar upgrades only. So even if you don't have some 350 gold laying around, there's a chance to pick up 8 gold with your racing dollars. So that's cool. All right, so of course the second tier upgrades are gonna be all gold, totaling 375. And this tier upgrade should give me a PR boost of 3.3 PR points, because it did during the race day event, so I don't know why it would be any different now, right? So 55 for exhaust, brakes, and finally tires and wheels. Right, so that brings my PR up to 85.8, and if it's anything like the Ford, we should be able to get through tier 9, but we'll get stuck at tier 10. So tier 9 PR requirement is 85.3, so that's obviously below our second tier upgrade total, 85.8. But next tier, tier 10, is most likely gonna be higher than what we have, 86.0. So yeah, this is where we're gonna need those one day racing dollar upgrades. The third tier, totaling 1,733,700. Right. So let's get these third tier upgrades, and we'll quickly confirm the upgrades in case any of you guys missed my race day video. And once we get them done, we should be getting another 3.3 PR point boost to bring us exactly up to 89.1, which of course is what's required. So there you go. Alright, now with that being said, let's run through the actual series because it is different than the Ford. So that's kind of fun, I think. You know, I mean, they're grinders, but at least this way, for people like me who are running this on 2 separate accounts, it doesn't have to be exactly the same race twice, you know? So, tier 1, we got Speed Snap at Porsche Test Track Dynamic Circuit. That's one of the easiest ones. Elimination at Daytona Road Course. It's the first race, so, you know, if you want to spare some of those service bars, you can always play Blockade early on, see how that goes. And then for Ferrari, we're starting with the Monza Cup road course, single lap. Of course, tier 1, no PR requirement. Moving on to tier 2, we got head to head at Suzuka East, single lap. And we have a early drag race here in Tier 2, which is better than having one later on, before the car goes into critical condition, right? And then to wrap up Tier 2 and get past this tier, we're gonna need some upgrades. As always, get those first tier upgrades done quick. Cup, Brands Hatch, 2 laps with the PR requirement of 81.1. And moving on to Tier 3, you got Endurance at 24-hour circuit, Autocross at Circuit of the Americas National Circuit, and the Cup at Mazda Raceway, 2 laps, and the PR requirement is 81.7. Moving on, Tier 4, the speed record at Red Bull Ring National Circuit, that's a full lap. Then we got Hunter at Catalunya Club, that's a full lap but pretty short circuit. And as we checked earlier, the Cup is going to be at Berlin, 2 laps with the Racing Dollar upgrade PR, actually below that, so 82.3. It's good to know, right? Alright, then Tier 5, we got head-to-head at Dubai Grand Prix, single lap. Speed Snap and Nürburgring Mühlenbachschleife. That can be a little tricky if your car is in critical condition, so we'll see about this one. But if you're in Tier 5, I would assume you have gold upgrades done already, so your upgrades might get you through here. And then Cup for Tier 5 is at Hockenheim National, 2 laps with the PR requirement of 82.9. Moving on, Tier 6, we got Autocross at Silverstone Grand Prix, Elimination at Mount Panorama, and the Cup at Melbourne, 3 laps with the PR requirement of 83.5. Alright, moving on to Tier 7. What do we have? We got Hunter at Spa, so that is of course a full lap. And then Autocross at Mazda Raceway, that's starting right at the mouth of Corkscrew, right? Pretty easy one. Should be doable even in critical condition. And then to wrap up Tier 7, the Cup is going to be at Circuit of the Americas National Circuit, triple lapper with the PR requirement of 84.1. Alright, moving on to Tier 8, the 50% completion tier. Endurance at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, road course, head-to-head at Catalunya National, single lap. And then Cup is going to be at Suzuka West, another triple lap Cup with the PR requirement of 84.7. Alright, moving on, Tier 9. We got another drag race, so I have a feeling that might require us to service the car. So far that's possibly two service so far that this limited time series is going to require, I think. And then Elimination at Silverstone International, I think that should be doable in critical condition. And the Tier 9 Cup is going to be at Daytona Road Course, 2 laps, and the PR requirement is 85.3. Alright, Tier 10, we got Speed Snap at Brands Hatch. Is it doable in critical condition? But you might have to get the car serviced in Tier 9. So Tier 10, you might be running in the green conditions. So perhaps it won't be an issue. Speed record at Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix. It's a full lap. And then Cup is going to be at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit. 3 laps with the PR requirement of 86 even. Alright, Tier 11. Autocross at Hockenheim Grand Prix. Endurance at Leipzig. Porsche Test Track on-road circuit. It's endurance. So all endurances, as I mentioned in previous video, if your endurance distance is like the target distance is decreasing, then you know you're on track doing the bot training accurately. If not, then hey, good for you. You're more racer than I am. All right, and then Cup is gonna be at Bugatti Circuit. 3 laps for this one, and the PR requirement 86.6. All right, Tier 12, the 75% completion tier. We got Hunter at Dubai National. That's a fun circuit. Speed Snap at Daytona Road Course. Where does that take place? I want to say that one's on the outer rim. Perhaps it's doable with the car in critical condition. I want to say it happens maybe after the outer rim chicane, but I cannot remember exactly where that happens. I think it's that one. Not positive, but the Cup is at Catalunya Grand Prix. 3 laps. That's going to be fun with the PR requirement 87.2. So between this limited time series for Ferrari and the Ford, we're getting some variety. So unless you have 2 accounts that are running 2 separate cars, you wouldn't actually get to, I guess, appreciate this. The fact that there is variety. But I do, so something to note. Alright, Tier 13, we got head-to-head at Monza Road Course. That's going to be a single lap, right? Yes, of course. And autocross at Spa. And let's see. The Cup is at Porsche Test Track Short Road Circuit. 6 laps with the PR requirement of 87.8. Alright, so Tier 14, we got Endurance at Silverstone National. Elimination at Hockenheim Short. Should be able to survive the first 20 seconds in that, which means you should be able to complete it in critical condition. And Cup is at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. 4 laps in this one. And the PR requirement 88.5. Right. And finally, the last tier for Ferrari is gonna be, we got speed record at Nürburgring Grand Prix. That's usually doable in critical condition, I think. And then we got Hunter at Dubai Oval Circuit. That is a very, very short track, but we don't get a whole lot of Hunter there, so we'll see how that one turns out. Remember, Ford, we had a drag race placed in that exact same spot and final tier, which generally means I think we may have to service the car before the delivery of the car. Anyway, we'll see how this goes for Ferrari. Let's see if Hunter turns out any better. And then the Cup for the Ferrari Final Cup is going to be, as we checked in earlier, Suzuka Grand Prix, 3 lap Cup with the PR requirement of 89.1. So there you go. The cost is same for both cars, like including the Racing Dollar upgrades. But unlike Race Day, which had exact same events for both cars, the limited time series, apparently they feature different events, so that's kind of fun. So anyway, hopefully you guys find the information in the video or videos informative, helpful in figuring out your strategy for how you're going to proceed. So good luck, and we'll see you in the next video. So I'll actually be making some progress through the series, I suppose. So see you in the next video. Stay tuned.